Steph, big game here against Cascadia rival. What's the key to getting a good result, in your opinion, for this team?
I think we need to really emulate what worked really well against Montreal at home. We wanted to really take the initiative and come out fire, aggressive, try to dictate right away instead of, not, I don't want to say timidly, but just find the way into the game. I think against Montreal we really just took the game rather than kind of see how it plays out, and I think that's going to be a big key for us to really find success the way we want to play and hopefully put them under a lot of pressure.
What do you make of Vancouver's attack so far this year and what they're able to do offensively?
Yeah, I think they work really hard, and I think they're quite smart as well. They have a goalkeeper who can launch a ball a mile and a half, and a good combo in having that team with Brian White, someone who's quite strong in the air. So I think they've recognized that and have realized that's a really good option for them. When maybe at times it's too tight to play out of the back, they go long and they're very effective with it. At the same time, I think on set pieces they've scored quite a few goals, either directly off of corners or after knockdowns and things like that. So they're hungry, they work hard, like I said. That's evident, and that's why they're finding themselves in the table where they currently are. Really good start for them, and it's going to be a difficult opponent.
How would you assess where you guys are, your level of aggressiveness? Is it where you want it? Do you think you can be more aggressive? Is there...
I think the last two games it's been better, and again, like last game, I think we were away from home. We were able to have spells of good possession, carve out good chances, and have moments where we, I think, put the opponent under good pressure. And so if away from home, I think that's all you can really ask for. Maybe we're still sharper here and there, and then we're going to be really happy with that. But and then against Montreal, that was our best game when it comes to, I think, aggression and taking initiative. So I feel like that's the trend for us. We need to make sure that we maintain that and keep going, and especially at home, right? Especially at home, you want to take the initiative and be the ones dictating how the game's going to go.
Do you feel that you guys need to be healthier in order to have a proper critique of the team? Are you looking for that to have everybody back for a few games before you kind of assess if you have any issues or not?
I mean, we don't have the luxury of sitting here and being like, this stuff ain't going to count until we have a full squad. So we have the squad we have, and it's next man up. We've taken pride in that over the past few years, but that has to be a mentality when you're missing some guys that you think could help you in certain aspects of the game where maybe we're lacking a little bit. But that's just how it is. So we need to play with what we have. We need to make the best of it. I think we have the depth for it, to be honest. It sure is going to get tested in the next month and change with, I don't know how many games we have coming up. So, but no, there's no sticking around and making excuses and waiting for a perfect 11 to put on the field, because that just never really happens. And if you do that, I think you're going to be waiting until it's too late. So we're focused on with whatever we can put on the field, whoever we can put on the field, try to make sure everybody's prepared. Right now, I think Schmetz also mentioned that he wants to make sure that guys that are in secondary or even in third are ready and prepared, because, like I said, with how many games are coming up, we're going to have to really tap into that depth. So we're dealing with the squad that we have and using it to the best of our ability.
This Vancouver team is coming from a loss, but they could have very easily tied that game. They really find it easy to get behind the center backs. What's the balance there for you guys to prevent from a guy like White getting behind your defenders when you do push up with that line?
Well, yeah, it's when can we push the line and how much risk do we want to take, right? Again, we're aware that they have certain people that can launch a ball for 70 yards. We know that. Can we put pressure on, in the flow of a game, can we put pressure on the person that has the ball so that it doesn't allow them to maybe pick up their head and then launch those balls? And then if we see that in the back, that is probably a time to then step and be compact and minimize those spaces. But other than that, yes, we will have to be careful because they've shown that they like to go direct and they're more than capable of doing so.
What are your thoughts on the new rules that are going to be implemented this weekend, and how much emphasis has the coaching staff had on telling you guys, hey, remember that you guys cannot be down for 15 seconds and you guys have to be aware of all these nuances 7 weeks in or whatever into the season?
Schmetz mentioned it just to make sure that we're not caught off guard. What do I think about it? I mean, I think we'll have to play with them to see how it's being utilized and maybe also how it could potentially be abused in ways that people haven't thought of. Right? That's where you're in beta phase and then you launch your puppy and all of a sudden you realize that people are able to break the system. So. We'll see how it goes. We're aware of the changes and try to make sure that when those situations arrive or when they happen, that guys are aware of the consequences. But at the same time, we don't want to rush someone to come back up just because they're scared of missing time, and next thing you know, you put them in a very dangerous position. That's, I think, ultimately, especially as a captain, I have to make sure that I have people aware of the rules, but also make sure that I protect them as best I can. So,
I know they don't happen often for you, but what are birthday games like for you?
I don't know when the last time was that I had one, and so therefore it just means that it's a game just like any other game. It's not like I'm putting on high heels, waltzing in or anything. No, maybe if we win, maybe I'll waltz out with them. But no, it's. I'm excited that we have amazing weather, that we get to be at home and play at home in front of our fans. My wife is currently in Savannah, so she's going to rush home to be at the game. So I'm happy to have her at the game, and then hopefully we can celebrate after the game.
Did MLS give you guys a formal presentation about the new rules, or is this basically the coaches explaining them?
No, they did. We have way too many meetings in preseason about referees and rule changes and things like that. So trust me, they've told us.
but there wasn't a refresher. I mean, that was at the beginning of the season. That's a while ago.
Yeah, there wasn't a refresher. No, I mean, I think it's 3 things that are getting brought back, so it's not that crazy. You'll probably hear me complain more when they're going to talk about the whole keeper thing that they might be doing at some point with wasting time, 6 seconds or 7 seconds, turning it into a throw-in or a corner kick. I think I'll probably be voicing my opinion a bit more on that one.